Hello, welcome to Cool Discussions. That's Barry. I'm Chris. Today we're going to talk about Facebook. Full disclosure, I don't actually have a Facebook account. I don't.
Why don't you have a Facebook account?
It's a time sucker. It just sucks your time away.
It's mind-numbingly. All you're doing is this all day.
Scrolling, or you're playing the Facebook games.
The messengers, those are
right?
pretty fun.
Well, no, but that's the thing. They're time suckers. Like, I have a couple of games on my iPad, and they're
time suckers.
Oh, God, just sucking my time away, and it's just like I gotta stop, and they're like addicting. I gotta get more.
They're like crack.
Yeah,
They're as bad as crack.
So, I don't have a Facebook account. You do. Right?
Yeah, but I don't. I'm not like I don't spew. Well, I spew my opinion via our show, but I don't spew my opinion. I don't treat my Facebook like a bloody diary like some people do. Dear diary, today Tommy told me I was fat. This made me feel oppressed, and now I need my Facebook friends to tell me that I am good. Enter.
So, yeah, that's part of the reason why, because it's a time sucker, and I don't want to treat it like a diary, you know.
And then people get mad. You know what I find the funniest about Facebook? Is that you'll post somebody will post something, right? Bam! They'll post it up there, and then it'll be some rant about something, right? Say about their job or about their spouse or something like that. They'll post it in this, I'm part of this one group, and it's just a bunch of dudes, right? And this one guy posted something about his situation, his living situation, right? And it got back to his people he was living with, his family and stuff like that. And, it ended up, causing a big, explosion in his life.
Yeah.
And he goes on a rant, how could somebody do this? And all I think is, well, you put your stuff on the internet. You realize the internet is a public forum, and as soon as you put something out there, it's free for anybody to use. Anybody could use it. Anybody could show it to anybody else.
And it's very true, actually. Employers are actually told, look at a person's Facebook.
What's the first thing you do when you meet somebody in this modern world? Oh, you find out their name, you go search them on Facebook. Everybody does it.
Yeah.
So everybody does
to find out, what kind of pictures this person has, what kind of person this guy is. So, Facebook is... It does actually help people connect. I understand.
Makes stalking easier.
It does make stalking easier. It makes things easier, good and bad.
Yes.
Now, this is what I want to talk about Facebook. Now, I've been reading some stuff about Facebook, and they have a little bit of a left lean when it comes to the news. They have this trending topic stuff, right? And this trending topic stuff... there's been a lot of complaints lately that it's always been what is considered left-leaning. So liberal, human rights, socialism, that type of thing. And it's never very seldom tends to be on the right side, which is penny pinching, religious devotion, things like that. Fine, it's a private company. If they want to be a little left-leaning, that's entirely up to them. It is something they are allowed to do because it is a private company. When you sign on, you have to agree to their code of conduct, correct?
Their terms and conditions.
Terms and conditions.
How many people actually read the terms and services? Nobody.
Oh, exactly. Now, we'll start off a little light. A plus-size model... they showed some pictures in the paper, and she's a bigger girl, but she has sexuality to her, right? She's not plump weight. She has curves. She has definition. They showed some pictures, and she was saying that she got banned from Facebook for showing some of her photos from a photo shoot, trying to get herself out there. And because, according to Facebook, she didn't fit their definition of health and fitness. Now, the plus-size modeling business, soon to be an empire, is just starting to come out. It's starting to hit some mainstream. More department stores are using bigger models to showcase some of their
They're not
stuff.
even that big when you look at them. They're not even that big. I know probably according to like body mass index that they're probably
Okay,
big,
they're not
but
size 1 and size 2 models. They're not the Victorian Secret style.
You can't tell me that those girls who are zeros and ones are completely 100% healthy and everything they do are completely healthy. You know, that's just, it's crap. You know, if you're allowing a 0, 1, 2, 3 to show themselves in a bikini, you can't. It's being hypocritical to take somebody who's 250 pounds off. You know what I mean?
But exactly. So there's been some backlash towards Facebook, and again, they're a private company. This is what they're allowed to do. Mm-hmm. It's their definition. So you dig a little deeper into this, and you start to realize that they're starting to be part of the problem. You know, I find that the media tends to, like in Canada, the media definitely leans far to the left. They align themselves.
No shit.
They worship the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. They worship him. He can do no wrong, even though the right side media has said, "Well, he did this," and then the left media is like, "Yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter." It really doesn't. But if our former Prime Minister, Stephen Harper, had done the same thing, they would have been all over him like a fat kid on a Smartie. So, I've been doing a little bit of digging, and I found this. The EU, so the European Union, which has been in the news a lot lately, along with Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and to my surprise, Microsoft, placed a ban on anything that the European Union government classified as racist and xenophobic. A code of conduct to combat the spread of illegal hate speech.
I think it's crap. It's crap.
Unfortunately, it's according to the European Union's definition of hate speech. Mark Zuckerberg, who is the owner of Facebook, and he does run it, right? He's not just a...
I don't know what he does. He's a bazillionaire. Who cares what he does, really?
No, but
he probably has somebody running his company.
But does he not actually sit on...
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't honestly know, but from this conversation...
I'm jealous because I didn't think of the idea and become a multi-billionaire.
Yeah, well, unfortunately. So Mark Zuckerberg and the German Chancellor, Angela Merkel, had a private talk that... they thought was private, but there was a mic in the room that was still on. She asked what can be done to restrict people writing things on Facebook which are critical of her migration policy, and he says, we're working on it.
See, this is just a sign of bad leadership, and I've said it before in previous episodes. Go check them out. YouTube. Cool discussions. Check them out. That's a sign of bad leadership. Whenever you need to... block or restrict any kind of negative or any kind of criticism towards you, the way that you lead and the way that you manage or govern, it's just poor leadership, because you should be able to be strong enough and confident enough in your policies and the way you do things,
or at least
to stand up and give an answer and be like, this is the answer. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. This is what it is. We unfortunately live in a democracy, whatever that means. That's a different debate. And they were voted in by the minority of the majority of people who voted. And that's just the way it is. Unfortunately, we have to live with it until we as a society decide to do something different. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So stand up there, have a little bit of balls, and say, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. You voted me on these policies. This is what I'm doing. I'm sticking to my guns.
Very, very true, and unfortunately that's what Notley is doing here, the NDP leader. She's sticking to her guns, saying, oh, this is what you guys voted me in for. It's like,
exactly.
No, these weren't even on your platform.
Well, that's because when people run, they never give their whole platform. They
no. They actually had a little book. Every
it's all crap.
Yeah, exactly. It is complete and total. So, in January of this year, Facebook launched the Initiative for Civil Courage Online. They're gonna patrol Europe's Facebook sites to help reduce the problems of racism and bigotry and xenophobia. Okay, that's fine.
Xenophobia, what is that?
A xenophobia is a fear of aliens. Aliens in definition of foreigners.
Don't worry, guys. The aliens are scared of us. I've said it before, but they're watching us right now like we're the Kardashians of their, like, world. It's 100% true. We are the Kardashians. This planet, they're like, they tune in onto weekly episodes of our world and go, look at what they're doing this time. They're blowing each other up. Who's this Donald Trump guy? Yeah!
Now, the problem with that is laws and definition change from country to country. Correct?
And they're all not interpreted correctly from person to person.
That's actually very true. Lawyers have a fun time of twisting and looping laws so they don't look like what they were intended to have been when they first started. Now, I'll give an example of this. Germany has a law against praising Hitler or denying the Holocaust. Right? In Canada, you can deny the Holocaust all you want. We actually have people here in Alberta that deny the Holocaust and have thousands of followers that tune into this person.
I'm all for letting people, like, do that. I'm all, because I want to know who the complete idiots are. I want to know who the morons are and who never to associate myself
No,
with.
but that's fine. You know, we have that sense of free speech here in Canada. In Germany, I understand a law against denying the Holocaust because that's exactly where it happened. This is where it started.
Whatever, if you want to deny it, deny it. Everybody, reasonable human beings who have half a brain know what happened. Well, we're not 100% sure because we're reading history books, but from all accounts, everybody who's alive then is still alive now, kind of, sort of. There's still a generation from that time that know what happened, and they have first-hand accounts.
Oh, no, that's very true. We do have first-hand accounts. We have them on written record, on video record. So, I get it. Now, a great example of this would, in Eastern Europe, like Ukraine, Poland, places like that were under communist rule. If we were to ban the communism, like anything to do with communism, as a general rule, well, that would make... In places like the Ukraine where they starve 10 million people, I can understand because communism is a horrible thing there, and it brings up very, very raw emotions. In North America, if you talk about communism, we have a much...
Well, Rachel Notley. Seriously.
We think of something like that.
That's what we think of.
And we laugh, but for us, it wasn't as serious as it was for Ukrainians. Now, the thing is, if you put a general blanket ban on communism, those people who wear the...
I don't think... I think all governments, they try to just throw a blanket solution over everything.
That's true.
It's like, Facebook, we're gonna just ban the ability to talk to critique the government in Germany or in Europe or EU or whatever, right? There's the blanket solution. We're going to cure hate. No, you're not. You're just going to oppress it, and it's going to come out in some other way. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think each case, each incident has to be looked at as an individual case.
Oh, okay. I do agree with this, but okay, you're adding a level of bureaucracy because you would need... Okay. This is an example of why you couldn't do this, because if you have only one type of person looking at what they think is racism and xenophobia, we are going to have different definitions of what they are. Okay, a test was done by
That's why everything should be, if you're in a trial, it should be all by a jury.
Trial by judge.
I think if you do trial by jury, you can get yourself. Obviously, there's ways to skew it, but you can get yourself enough of a selection of people with different views and different backgrounds to give a fair outlook on life.
Yeah, sure enough.
You know what I mean? So if you got 12 people, you're gonna have 12 different people. You're gonna have one from every avenue of
Well,
life.
you would hope so.
You would hope so.
That-
Anyway.
That's what
And-
jury selection is about, and obviously the lawyers pick who they
Well,
want
obviously,
to
yeah.
be on there.
But it should just be random. Obviously, if you're like a psycho, you can't be on a jury. But
Well, no, okay. A good counterpoint to that is if you have a trial and you have your jury selection here, and it's a trial about sex abuse.
well, you don't want anybody who's
Ye-
been sexually
the-
abused on your jury. 'Cause
Yeah, you don't. And I've heard a story where the lawyer went, has anybody here ever suffered through sexual abuse or anything like that? If you have, please get up and leave. And people got up and leave. You don't want that because it is definitely going to be
well,
a
it brings
bias.
up emotions, and you
It's
don't
going
want
to be a bias
you don't-
towards...
You don't want to put emotion. You're not supposed to put emotion in when you're deciding a law. You're supposed to.
It is supposed to be very emotionless. Now, the Israeli Law Center, they did an experiment on Facebook to see
What would happen if they followed the?
code of conduct,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Now, from what I understand, Facebook has this button where you press it and you can report people.
Yeah.
And then Facebook will look and
Yeah,
see
yeah.
whether or not it
Yeah.
follows the code of
So
conduct.
if you're butthurt, you can go, "Oh, okay, I'm going to report you," and then Facebook goes and takes it down if it doesn't follow their
Exactly.
rules, or if it does, they just say.
So, this center made 2 Facebook pages done by everybody at the center. They had agreed how the content and everything. One was anti-Israel, one was anti-Palestine. They both had very similar things on it: death to Israel, death to the Palestinians. We hate Arabs, we hate Jews, etc., etc., etc. There's pictures on both of them. They had very similar things. The anti-Palestinian one had an American Post, basically, but he had a Jew holding a gun, saying "Death to Arabs," and then in
It's a whole bunch of racist crap.
yeah, a whole bunch of racist crap. And in the anti-Israel one, they actually had a picture of a little girl punching an Israeli soldier. Now, both of them were clicked, the little button click. Within 24 hours, the anti-Palestinian one was taken down.
The one with the punching, or
The one with
the
the
racist?
with the Jew and the gun.
okay,
That one was taken down.
yeah.
But the other one wasn't, even though they both had the exact same things. Now, they choreographed it so it looked exactly the same. You know, they did it the same. So, they're both equally racist, but Facebook took down the one that had to do... They kept the one up that had to do with anti-Israel. Right? It's okay to be anti-Semitic in this day and age. And that's what they were trying to figure out. This went on to a news report in Israel, and Facebook, 2 weeks later, I think it was, said, "Oh, they took it down finally." But it's like, you guys just made your
Dropped
bed.
the ball. Yeah, you guys just showed that.
So this is the reason why there's been a bit of an outcry about Facebook. This is what I'm learning, and it's like, okay, they're a private company. Yes, they are allowed, but from what I understand, because they are an American company and they operate in other places, they do have to follow the laws of the land of where they operate.
Yeah.
And anti-Semitism, being anti-Jewish, is kind of against the law in most Western countries. But here they are going,
You're allowed to do this.
you're allowed.
I just don't understand. Like you got yourself this platform, and we're supposed to be all free speech, free this, free that, and it's like, in order to be free and allow free speech, like if I want to talk, I like oranges, but I hate apples, right? So I have to be able. I go, that's my view. Your view is you like apples and hate oranges. I have to be able to let you spew that. I hate white people, but I love black people.
As long as we're not going,
As long as
kill
I'm not,
all the black people,
as long as I'm not
kill
hurting
all the white
people.
people. As long as we're not saying stupid things like that, we can go, I hate white people. Done.
That's right. I hate white people. I hate stupid people.
Yeah, I hate
When are we gonna start defending stupid people? That's when the line is like, that's where we're going. We're gonna be like, you can't attack people who don't have intelligence. It's like, so what am I supposed to never talk in my life? Am I supposed to be a mute?
You see all kinds of Facebook. Facebook is a good thing, but like all technology,
it was given to humans.
Yeah, it was given to
It
humans.
was given to public. It was just and we just made it stupid.
Yeah, like I like Facebook in the sense of jokes.
I like the jokes. Yeah, I like
the memes
jokes
and stuff like that. Because remember, before the internet, no, most of you probably don't. Before the internet, if you wanted to tell somebody a joke, you had to remember it, and you had to remember it well. You couldn't stutter over it. Or if it was a picture one, you'd actually have to have a copy of the picture and show it, pass it around. Look, hey guys, this is funny.
But that never happened. It would always be, hey, check out this comic in the newspaper, and you'd show it to like 5 people.
Yeah.
Now you show it to 500 people if you have that many. We'll call them friends. Because that's like a loose term of friends on Facebook, you know.
See, it comes down to definition. I have a really different definition of what a friend is.
Yeah, well, exactly.
And anybody on Facebook wouldn't actually be a friend.
No, they're just people who are there.
Yeah, I think, the one who got kicked off that night show, Conan O'Brien.
The Tonight Show?
Yeah. Conan O'Brien said it well. If you're not willing to lend these people $50, they're not friends.
Crap. I have 0 friends. It's just because I don't have $50 to lend.
That's true. If you had $50 to lend, would you lend it to any of your friends on Facebook?
I just think that if you want to use Facebook and spew your hate, go ahead. Go ahead and you know, like here's your bed, make it lie in it. And if you get backlash, don't be butthurt. As long as somebody's not physically harming you
or threatening you for that matter, because uttering threats online is actually a federal offense in Canada. Too bad our police.
We talked about the keyboard warrior in a previous episode, and I think that's the one thing that the internet and all these sites and all that stuff have brung is like they've brought no. They've given the ability to the people who just want to sit there and bash people and would never, like, if you were in a group of 20 people, you would never say some of the things that you would write on the internet because you have to defend yourself when you're actually in person.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, me, I would say everything that I would say in front of 10 people, in front of 100 people. You know, I'm not going to sit there. If I write it on the internet, I'm going to say it. And to you in person. If I say it on this show, I'm going to say it to you in person. Do I change my mind? Do I change my views? Of course I do. Because I have a brain. I have the ability to think and comprehend intelligent systems and conversations, and you know what I mean? And it's like, so for the EU or Germany or whoever is trying to restrict what people are saying, it's like, well, what are we now? Are we like, in a sense, you are going and shifting towards the communist ways, because look at, what is it, North Korea or South Korea?
North Korea.
North Korea is the one that's really bad.
Yep.
Like, look at them. Their propaganda is, like, they don't have internet. Well, they do have internet, but it's all just...
China, North Korea doesn't.
Okay, whatever. But it's all
China has internet, but it's a communist country, but it's heavily censored.
Yeah.
Like, if you go Tiananmen Square in China...
You don't get the picture of the
will
tank.
Get different results
get the tank
than
man.
The Chinese. Yeah, they won't see the tank man. They won't know anything at all about that little revolution that had happened. We will. Chinese won't.
And that's the problem with the government, is that they'll put out these bills and these acts that are thousands of pages long, and somewhere in the middle of it is buried something which limits your privacy or your freedom. We're gonna use that like this on this show, for me, anyways. To freedom of speech.
We do have freedom of speech. We're able to spew our guts right now,
That's right.
saying the things we do, like we hate white people.
I hate the government. Imagine if you weren't allowed to say that. Imagine if I got thrown in jail for saying all politicians are morons.
But here's the thing: in Europe, you might not necessarily get thrown in jail, but this might get banned.
Yeah, this will get banned on
his
Facebook.
Facebook would get banned,
get suspended, and blah blah blah. Because that's what they do. If you, they suspend you for so much time, so you can't chat, you can't type on Facebook, and it's like,
well, for some people, Facebook is their life. Like, I get it, but like some people spend an exorbitant amount of time on Facebook. Oh, okay.
I spend a lot of time on it. I spend too much time on it.
Well, see, there. It's
just same with Twitter. It's like, it's where I get all my news from, though. Like the Twitter.
Now, as I said, Facebook can be a good thing. But
if it's used properly, it's definitely, there's tons of good things on it. There's tons of good things of communities rallying together for tragedies and stuff like that. It's a good way to do it, but we only hear about the bad things. We only hear about like in our newspaper here in Calgary, the one newspaper, the Calgary Sun, there is this page called the Good News page. It's one page. That's it. It's one page. There's probably 100 pages in this newspaper. And there's one page dedicated to the Good News page.
And they did it on purpose because of just how much bad news was in.
Whenever you turn on the news, what's leads the news? Negative crap, negative stuff. What this person did wrong, the government's doing this, corruption, blah 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 blah, and it's like, and then near the end, it's like this feel good story, and you're like, well, why can't you just lead with a feel good story? Why do you have to and a lot of negativity is on the internet. A lot of negativity. Or like boobs. Seriously. It's either one thing, it's either some effed up joke, or it's some rant of like negativity about hate religions and politicians or rapists and stuff like that. And it's like there's
We're doing the exact same thing. We are ranting about negativity. But let me just defend this. So we're trying to open your eyes to things that are happening around us that we don't pay attention to. Okay, as I said, I literally just ran across some plus size model getting banned, and I was like, oh, this could be interesting. And then I've heard before then that Facebook had a left leaning. And I was like, okay, all media does.
All media is like when you look at an iceberg.
Yep.
All media is like an iceberg, everybody. They only give you a little bit of the story. The rest of it, underneath the water. So to know the whole story, you yourself have to do some research.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look at everything, and you have to be able to look at both sides, and you have to be able to just
find when you Google search something. Google is great. For that matter, use Bing. Because Google gives you one sense. Bing will give you a slightly skewed sense because it is Microsoft after all. When you Google in Bing and Google and Bing, Google and Bing.
It's called search.
When you search, okay.
When you search in Google and search in Bing.
Okay, Google. See, there you go. Google, a company, has become pronounced.
Yeah.
That's what we think of
the
as
new
searching.
term.
Yeah.
Yes. You don't search for anything. You Google it.
Yeah. Okay, so we all have.
He's been corrupt by corporations. Run!
Google.
Yeah. Paid for by Google.
Yeah.
Not really. Paid for by nobody.
So, but yeah, look both up side by side because I know you can do it, and you will find that there's a slight variation in what shows up on both, and that's where you want to look, because if they're both spewing the same things, then that's where you're going to find things. But if you go, oh, Google said this one was a little different, or Bing said this one was a little different, you go to those different sites and you read. Some of them are full of crap, obviously, and some of them are clickbait. But other ones will be a bit of a treasure trove of interesting information that once you piece a whole bunch of things together, like I have, you learn something. And, this is this is how the the road to hell is paved with good intentions. When you're going down a road, you're always doing it for the right reasons, but you end up in a place that went, well, that's not where...
But by whose right reasons? Whose reasons are right?
Well, okay, this is a prime example. In America, after 9/11, the general society gave up a bunch of rights of privacy to the Homeland Security Agency. They've overstepped their bounds so many times now, and people are going, well, this isn't what we wanted. And they go, well, yes, it is. This is exactly what we were supposed to do. And a lot of people now are going, no, this isn't what we wanted.
But that's where we're supposed to use our democratic right and vote the people that we want in, but we don't have enough choice. We don't. We just have these parties that are like this.
Well, okay. So in the States, you have two cookie-cutter parties.
Yep, and here
blah,
you have
blah.
three.
But we do actually have choice.
Yeah, but
in theory, if you wanted to, you could vote Green Party.
Well, you could, yeah, but right? I think you need somebody you can. Again, it comes back to the sign of a good leader. A good leader has the ability to unite many different people under the same umbrella for the common good.
Yeah,
and it doesn't matter if you're left, right, center, Muslim, Christian, Islamic, Buddha, atheist. A good leader will have the ability to take all of those people and make them work together. That's what a good leader is, and I have never once seen in my... I'm 35 years old, and I've been aware, and when you're younger, you don't care about this stuff. You're just like, whatever, I'm here to drink, party, and do whatever. And then you get a little bit older, and you're like...
Oh shit, I shouldn't have partied so hard.
I should have listened a little bit more, and then you realize that,
I will point this out. In Alberta, we actually had a really great leader. He was a man, Ralph Klein. He was the mayor of Calgary for a little while. He went on and became the premier of Alberta. He did something that I don't think any Canadian province has ever been able to do, which was slay the deficit. For the longest time, we owed no money to nobody. And we had no personal tax, because when we do our taxes, we have a provincial tax and we have the federal tax. And in Alberta, it was zero.
But then the federal government went, hey, you guys are doing well, we're going to take from you.
Well, that's just part of what Confederation is, so different story. He did a wonderful thing, and people hated him. But now everybody's looking back going, we miss him. We need somebody like that again. And a lot of people would probably give their both testicles to have him back again. But you know what? You guys gave your testicles up to...
or ovaries were not... or nothing, whatever. I don't know what the non-gender...
I'm not trying to be... I'm being very specific in this regards, because it is a lot of men in politics.
But that's what society has brung us to. Is that, like, when you say something like that, you've given your testicles. You have to be like, oh, wait.
Nope.
I said my ovaries and my... Oh, wait. Now I've offended the non... And it's like... No matter what you say, somebody's going to be offended. I'm sure I've offended somebody.
We are going to offend you.
Yeah.
And... for the most part, we're not going to say sorry. It's just the way it is.
Nope, because my belief is that my opinion is of my own, and you have the right to your opinion. We can agree to disagree. You don't have to like me. You don't have to agree with me.
But watch us.
That's right.
We are trying to educate people.
Mind you, that's like the worst word a government could ever hear is education. Because when you go back to our original topic, the Facebook thing, is that I bet you people, I didn't even know what this. I didn't know that they were trying to do this in Europe. I had no idea. So it's like, well, if this goes through and they have the ability to do that, America's going to go.
They already can. They already can. And yeah, you're right. The states who have been trying to control the media, but have a much, much harder time, because the media tends to bite really hard. Not always, but when they do, they can bite really, really hard in the States. They'll have a much, much bigger field day with it.
The internet's been a good thing because, like, you can, when something happens, like a mass shooting in Orlando, you can look at it gives you the ability to search and see different perspectives. You know, it gives people like us the ability to spew our bullshit. It gives other people the ability to spew and their bullshit may be different from our bullshit, which may be different from somebody else's bullshit. And don't let our governments, don't let anybody take that away from you. We want the ability to talk about anything and everything, whether it offends somebody, whether it's right, wrong.
And if we're wrong, we'll try to fix it.
Wrong? Come on, we're never going to be wrong. What are you talking about?
Wait. You were never abducted by aliens. So he was wrong.
What are you talking about? I was abducted by... No, I wasn't abducted by aliens because they don't come anywhere near us. But don't forget, guys, to watch us on YouTube. We have many, many episodes.
On that side of the
page.
page.
This side? Okay.
Yeah,
We've learned. It's this side.
You could leave comments below.
We
and
know
I
that
the
for
like
sure.
button is
somewhere
down there.
Here. Don't forget to follow us on the Facebook, because right now Facebook hasn't censored us. Maybe they'll censor this video because we're talking bad. Damn you, Mark Zuckerberg.
Only because you're rich.
That's right.
Because you had a great idea.
That's right. iTunes, we're there as well.
Yeah, you can listen to us. You can leave comments on YouTube and Facebook. And then you can follow the Twitter feed. Woo.
Have a great day, guys.
See ya.